متابعين الكرام، تقبل الله صيامكم وقيامكم. شكراً لاختياركم قناة اسمع إنجليش، حيث تتعلمون اللغة الإنجليزية بالاستماع. لا تنسوا الصلاة على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. ولنبدأ قصتنا الجديدة الآن.
Dear learners, welcome back to our channel. Today we will have a special lesson about countable and uncountable nouns in English. These nouns help us talk about things we can count and things we cannot count, and we will learn them using examples. Ollie wakes up early in the morning and decides to prepare food for. He goes to the market and sees many items. He picks up 3 tomatoes, 2 cucumbers, and 5 dates. He notices that he can count these items one by one. These are countable nouns. Then he goes to the dairy section and buys some milk and a little juice. He also takes a bag of rice. These are uncountable nouns because we cannot count them individually. Ollie walks home and starts preparing the kitchen. He arranges the tomatoes and cucumbers on a cutting board. He pours some juice into glasses for his family. He measures a little rice to cook. He adds a lot of milk to make a sweet dessert. As Ollie works, he notices the difference between the items he can count and the items he cannot count. He thinks about how many dates he has and counts them carefully. Then he looks at the milk and the rice and realizes he cannot count them in the same way. He uses words like some, a little, and a lot of to describe them. During the preparation, Ollie makes sentences in his mind like I have 3 tomatoes, I have some rice, I have a lot of milk. To remember the rules, then he talks to himself and explains what he is doing. He says, I can count these dates because they are separate. I cannot count the juice because it is in the bottle. I should pour a little milk for the dessert. I should add some rice to the pot for iftar. He repeats these sentences several times. Then he imagines telling his friends in English what he is doing. He thinks I bought 5 dates, I poured some juice, I added a little rice, I added a lot of milk, and he notices how natural it becomes to use countable and uncountable nouns in everyday sentences. Ollie prepares the table and arranges the food. He can see that the countable items are easy to describe with numbers, and the uncountable items are described with words like some, a little, a lot, of much. He thinks about how to make negative sentences like, I do not have many chocolates today, or I do not need much sugar for this dessert to practice further. After arranging everything, Ollie sits and imagines explaining to the students how to use these nouns. He says in his mind, countable nouns can be counted individually and have singular and plural forms. Uncountable nouns cannot be counted individually, and we use words like some, a little, and a lot of to describe them. He also practices questions like how many dates do I have? How much rice do I need? Can I add a little milk? And answers them in English. Then Ollie thinks about his family and imagines telling them in English, you should eat some rice. You can take a few dates, we have a lot of milk for dessert, and he notices that telling a story in English helps him remember the rules easily. Finally, Ollie finishes the preparation for iftar. He reviews all the nouns in his mind. He says, I have 3 tomatoes, I have some rice, I have a little juice. I have a lot of milk. I have 5 dates, and repeats them until he feels confident. Students, now it is your turn to practice. Try to describe the food in your house using countable and uncountable nouns. Make small sentences. Tell a story like Ollie about your day. Use words like some, a little, a lot of, many, a few. Notice the difference between countable and uncountable nouns and practice them every day. Thank you very much for watching today's lesson about countable and uncountable nouns. I hope you enjoyed learning and that the examples from Ramadan helped you understand better. Now it is your turn to practice. Write in the comments 3 countable nouns you see in your house today. Write to uncountable nouns you used this morning or yesterday. Try to make 1 sentence using a countable noun and 1 sentence using an uncountable noun about food or drinks. You can also describe your iftar or suhoor using these nouns. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to our channel for more lessons. And click the notification bell to get updates when we post new videos. Remember, practice is the key to learning English. Repeat the sentences aloud. Try to tell a small story using at least 5 countable and uncountable nouns. Share your sentences in the comments so we can read and give you tips. And finally, may Allah bless your learning, accept your fasting and prayers, and help you improve your English every day. See you in the next lesson, and keep practicing with enthusiasm.